to the WDRB Media, the voice of the community, the only station giving you the double the information and the inspiration. And you listen to the Art of IZM, and I'm your grateful and humble host, MacIzm. And I'd like to introduce you guys today to the co-host of this show, and her name is Crown Vic. What's up, Crown Vic?
Hey everybody, how's it going?
Yes, 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 y'all. So before we get started, we just want to introduce ourselves. So I'm an R&B, new neo soul, hip hop artist, and I'm also a techie. I just recently dropped my new single called "Can't Believe It." Is out now on all platforms. And please visit my website for more information at www.macizm.com. That's www.macizm.com. And basically, you can connect with me on my Instagram at mac.izm and my Twitter underscore macizm. So, Crown Vic, how can they reach out to you?
Well, hello everyone. My name is Victoria, but I go by Crown Vix, like as in the car, Crown Victoria. You can follow me on Instagram at Crown VIX underscore. That's CROWNVIX underscore on Instagram. And also just a little bit about myself. I'm a black hair enthusiast. I fry fried chicken very well, and I'm a strong black woman. So
Amen to
there's
that.
that.
Very, very strong black woman. I love it. All right, guys. So today we are discussing the art of Crown Vic. So basically, we're just going to talk about you, Crown Vic. We want to let everybody know who you are, and your ties to this show. You know, what I'm saying, you being a co-host and you helping me out with this. I'm extremely blessed for her to be in my life, and it was so funny. But let's talk about your background. So where are you from?
Okay, so I'm from Fayetteville, North Carolina. I was born in Greensboro, but that doesn't count. Okay, I was
Nah,
there for just to be born, and my family went right back to Fayetteville. So
fair
I'm from
enough.
the 2-6. You already know. Let me see. I'm from the northeast side of Fayetteville. Most people, if you're from there, then you know what that is. And also, I went to college at North Carolina A&T State University as well
Aggie
as
Pride.
Pride.
You already
I
know.
know that's real why. And also, I just recently got my master's degree from Elon University. It's a very small school, right, like 30 minutes up the road from Greensboro. So I just relocated to the DMV area. So that's a little bit about my background, where I'm at these days.
Okay, so you said you basically got your BS in mass communication, correct, at North Carolina A&T.
Yes, I
So how?
have my undergrad in journalism and mass communications, and I
Okay,
have my master's in interactive media.
okay, so that's see guys, that's the real reason why we got her on the show because she's the real deal. She got her degree in this. You know, I didn't get my degree in this, so you know what I'm saying. So she's been helping me with my verbiage and everything else. You know, she's making sure I get the right things out and make sure I don't step on nobody's toes. Not unless they got big feet. Um, but basically,
That's great.
but also like okay, so what about your hobbies? You got any hobbies? Any career goals?
So hobbies, things that I love to do in my free time. I love to write. I love to paint. Usually, I'm just like tracing things because I'm still kind of drawn with stick figures. But I love to paint, doing painting sips, and also I love to sing. That's like something I feel like it's one of my God-given talents. But
She can sing. She can
that's
sing too,
something
y'all.
I love to do. And then career goals, I'm trying to pursue a career in the technology field, something I'm passionate about, that I learned about once I, obtained my master's degree, my love for technology. So that's essentially what I'm doing now. I have other goals, but I have learned sometimes you got to keep your dreams to yourself and just keep your head down and work on it.
Yes.
But my career would
Career.
be in technology.
Hey, and that's what's up right there. Because one thing about technology is like if you get a job in technology, you don't never have to worry about not having a job. But you know what I'm saying? We gonna talk more so about what I'm saying being our own bosses. You know what I'm saying? At this point in time right now, we only like we getting our feet wet. You know what I'm saying? We learn what we like and what we don't like. We still young. And you know what I'm saying? There's a lot of things out there that it's just some things we have to experience. And when we get there, you know what I'm saying, we can push along, and make sure we bring up more people with us. You know what I'm saying? So like we have a song together, but it's not finished yet. We're still working on it. Because Victoria, weren't you in couture at A&T, right?
I was in couture, but I definitely wasn't modeling nor was I dancing. I was just singing on the side, shoe wopping and doo wopping. I was not
She can model too,
out
y'all.
there dancing in the heels. I'm just not that coordinated. You got to know your role and play it well.
Come
And
on
but
now.
I was in couture.
Okay, so like so yeah, I was in couture too as well. So that's why I mentioned that. It's crazy because we, even though we was in couture together probably the same year, we just didn't actually know each other then. I definitely
Yeah.
probably ran across her on Instagram, and you know
It
what
was
I'm saying.
different semesters
Yeah,
though.
it was
I
probably okay.
came,
It's probably
I
different semesters.
auditioned. I mean, it was the same. It was two different school years, but I came later on in that year. And then for people who may not know what couture is, it was a modeling troupe that had dancers, singers, artists, rappers, poets, all in one,
The
and it
creative
was a
arts,
fun time, on
definitely a fun
campus.
time. I remember I joined couture because I actually wanted to get better with like writing for my music. I definitely started doing that stuff because I wanted to challenge myself, and it was definitely a challenge. It felt like drumline the way we had to audition around the pool, and people had to like sing real loud and rap their verse real loud. You know what I'm saying? Because that's how they want you to like teach you how to project yourself, teach you how to like control your voice and stuff when you rapping. And it was definitely a learning experience for real, for real. But let's tell
Hmm.
so like so let's tell the viewers how we met actually. How did we meet? How did we meet?
Well, first of all, we met in a crump dance battle
Crop
at the
dance.
greatest homecoming on
G
earth.
Ho, if you know.
Yeah, and if you don't know, A&T really does have the greatest homecoming on earth. It's not comparable to any school, but that's not to toot my, you know, our own horn. I've been to quite a few, and they just don't compare. But this man was at homecoming trying to be cool with his friends, but he
I
wanted to have
mean,
a crump dance battle, and he didn't think that anybody was going to challenge him. And then here comes little me,
so like nah
you
nah
know.
like this is what really happened. She trying to be all laid back about the situation. So basically, you know what I'm saying. I came down to G Ho, you know what I'm saying. A couple of years after I graduated with my master's, and I just wanted to come back. It was the first time me actually getting a job, and I was like, I mean, I got some money in your pocket, cause you know what I'm saying. Well, you can't go to G Ho broke, y'all. I'm telling you, I done seen so many
At
things, so
all.
many war stories at G Ho. Like people used to come sleep on the couch, all that stuff, and
Mm-hmm.
it's crazy. Like sleep on the floor, be all up in your rooms and stuff. So it's crazy. So I came down to G Ho. I was chilling with my bro Swag, Swerve, and Soup. You know what I'm saying. We decided to come out there A&T, and me, you know what I'm saying. I'm always fly when I go out, when I stepping out to occasions and stuff. So I was just in my element, and we was on the yard by the cafeteria, and they just played one of my songs, and I just started dancing. And next thing I know, somebody bumped, like not really bumped into me. They just put their arms around me, and just started dancing. And next thing I know, I turn around, and it's Crown Vic. And I'm like, who is this young lady with her arm around me? You know what I'm saying? You invaded my bubble. You know what I'm saying? But it was cool. She thought I was fly because I was fly. You know what I'm saying? And I had shades on. And I don't know. I guess people like sometimes they want to see you like with your shades off just to know like if you're cool enough, or for all our female listeners out there, I know you probably the real reason why she asked that, but that's on that. But
Yes, because sometimes men wear glasses and they'll wear a hat and have no hair. Ladies don't. Let a man trick you. Ask him to take his hat off. Ask him to take his glasses off because you never know. And this man said he was fly. He was over here dressed like Gunna Wanna, like
come
he
on
just
now.
left the Baby Birkin
I
video
mean,
shoot. And he was out here dancing. And I didn't actually bump into him. I kind of put him in a chokehold, I guess,
definitely
if we're being real.
choke me
And
out in front of
then
everybody.
we just had a conversation, and that's how we met.
Yeah, no, it was real cool. I'm actually glad I met you. Because you're a really dope person, and you have a great personality, and that's why what I'm saying. Her radio personality. She trying to be a little quiet right now, so don't worry about it. You know what I'm saying? Because from episodes up to coming, I'm telling you, she gonna be in her bag. You know what I'm saying? And it's definitely a Birkin bag. Because it appreciated value.
Period.
Yeah.
Have a da da Baby Birkin.
Come on now.
Okay.
But yeah, so when did the first time that you hear my music? Because I don't I know like one thing about me is like when I meet new people, I just like well, I started off just like throwing my music at them, like listen to my music right now. But like I don't think I did that with you. I just told you I did music when we was talking, and you were just like, oh yeah. Then like, what type of music you do? And I told her like I did R&B, hip hop, and stuff like that. And she's like, where can I find my music? And I was like, I'm on Apple Music. And she was like, get out of here. Because I think around that time, it was kind of like, it was a facade that people think that it's really hard to get on Apple Music and Spotify and stuff like that. But it's really not.
Yeah.
But at this point in time now, it's really easier now. Like, your distributors and stuff like that, like DistroKid, United Masters, TuneCore. I use DistroKid. I use United Masters, but I also got me a BMI account, and I'm a writer publisher, and also just recently got me a publishing company called Lunarism Music. So basically, so just trying to collect all, what I'm saying, black-owned businesses, baby. That's what we do. You know what I'm saying? Gotta collect all those royalties. So like, so what song, like, what is like the first song that you was like, okay, I really like his music. What song was that?
I think the song that I remember was "Dreams Don't Die," and there was another one named Naomi because I was like, that must be his boo that you made that song about. No, I'm
Oh,
just joking.
at the time, yeah, I think that was definitely about a previous relationship, and she definitely looked like Naomi. So I
Naomi
had,
Campbell. I was
so
like, okay, boy,
yeah,
got some
yeah,
good taste now.
yeah, I do exquisite taste. Best
And
believe that.
then I do believe there was "Dreams Don't Die" was a song, but my favorite song was "All That" because when I was, coming up, All That was my favorite show, and like the Amanda Show, like I mean, all of them kind of played on All That, and I just loved it. So that's a song that stuck out to me ever since I met you. So definitely, All That was my favorite song.
Okay. Well, at this time, guys, let's play all that by Mac. I'ma do them like this. Cell ringing, shot Porzingis. Summer nights, we in the streets all season. Best believe you know we got that, got that. Best believe you know we got that, got that. Blind huggers, everybody love us. Born and raised, we some stubborn 90s babies, yeah, we all that, all that. 90s babies, yeah, we all that, all that. 93 to infinity. I used to drive a Dodge till I switched it up to an Infinity. I met a girl named Infinity. She used to gauge from afar till one day she said she was feeling me. Bob your head to this soliloquy. I knew you been in decline since the late 2000 music industry. So what you say, you really into me, into me? You been waiting for this moment, now you're running into me. It was all part of the plan, you understand? Patiently waiting, I'm drawing my name up in the sand. I'm mama's boy, always hold his mother by the hand. But now he getting bucks, he gave his mother 100 grand. Always looking for love, I can never find it. Strongest of the punch in my heart. All right, guys. So that was all that by MacIzm, me. Let's continue this discussion. So what's your love for music? Tell us about your love for music and your affinity for music. What type of
Well,
music
my
you listen
love
to?
for music, sorry, you said what were you saying?
I say like yeah. So tell me like about your affinity for music or what type of music you listen to.
So my love for music has always been great. Ever since I was a little girl, I always knew that I could sing or that I could carry a tune until like my family would confirm they would hear me singing in the shower or just singing around the house. So I always knew I loved to sing, and then from there, like my grandmother made me sing in the children's choir, the Youth for Christ choir, the Senior High Voices choir. I just been singing my whole life, so I think that's kind of maybe where a lot of other people get their start. Not sing a lot, but I got my start for the love of music in church, and then growing up always listening to the radio, and then I went to college and you know pursued radio while I was there just because I loved to listen to music. So I think that's where my love for music began. But I can't say that I just love a certain type of music. I love good music. I love music that's organic. I love music that makes you feel good. Songs that that are catchy, that are always stuck in your head, or sometimes it's the beat, sometimes it's the words, but I just love good music.
Hey, that's what I'm talking about. I love good music too. Not even gonna lie to you. So like, so don't you got a DJ name? I was on your Instagram one day, and you on your Instagram story, you had this thing, and it was like the Quiet Storm or something like that. So like, so isn't it just kind of like just dreams to reality? Like you had your own radio show that you wanted to do, and now you actually are part of a radio show. Like how does that feel?
First of all, digging up skeletons out of my closet, I had a DJ name in the seventh grade. It was DJ Vicky T. It was Vicky T with five E's and two semicolons to be exact. Actually, if you went to Luther Nick Jones Middle School, shout out to Nick Jones, then you would know that name. But that is, you know, I didn't expect you to say anything about that, but anyhow. And yeah, I do on my Instagram. It's not on Crown Vic, it's on my personal Instagram. I do this radio show start called The Quiet Storm. I got a good response from my followers. It's just me playing the oldies but goodies, vibing out.
Mm-hmm.
And something I say I'm definitely gonna bring back because it's actually quite entertaining. And when I do, I can report back to you guys about, quiet,
The Quiet
quiet,
Storm.
quiet. Yeah,
Okay.
that's kind of how that goes.
That's what's up. So like, so do you have any like plans in the near future or the future with music or something like that?
I do. I mean, I created my new Instagram, and on Crown Vic's my Instagram account, I've been just trying to put things out there that's like more organic, more me versus, people use social media to, I guess, sometimes portray a life that they may not be living. I wanted my new Instagram account to just showcase who I am, and also, making music is a part of that because I love music, like I was saying earlier. So that's definitely something I plan on doing in the future. Just like I said, I always wanted to be organic. I don't want it to ever feel rushed and like, not genuine.
Okay, that's dope. That's dope. So okay, so tell us about your love for tech. You know, you said you got some career goals, some career goals being in tech. So like, so what do you do for your media company, Multimedia Morel? Like, so how do you utilize tech?
So the way that I utilize technology every day, I mean, I do have my own business that I started in 2018, April of 2018. I'm wearing the shirt right now, Multimedia Morel.
Hey,
Definitely, hit me up for all your graphic design and social media needs. But the way I utilize technology, like a software that I use all the time at my job, is Adobe, the entire Adobe Creative Cloud. I mean, the Adobe Creative Suite, excuse me. Let's see. Adobe Illustrator is probably the software that I use the most every day
okay,
at both of my jobs because, right now I'm grinding, hustling. I work as a graphic designer for a company out of California, I won't say, and then another one, I'm a social media strategist for a company here in Virginia where I currently live. So both of those jobs require me to use Adobe, whether it's Premiere Pro, After Effects, Photoshop, Illustrator. I mean, all of the above. I do use a great portion of that, whether it's Lightroom. I use that every day.
oh,
Those aren't the only, you know, software that I use, but those are the main ones.
what other software do you like? Because I remember that you basically made like a website. You also do websites too, correct?
I do websites as well. Let me think. So I've used brackets. I use Adobe Dreamweaver. Those are mainly the ones that I have created websites out of. I've, created smaller things on like Wix and Weebly or so, but they're definitely good content creating tool just in case, if you're a beginner like I was at one point when I first started making websites, I used tools such as Wix just because, I wanted to be confident and I wanted to create a product that customers would be satisfied with. So if you are someone out there feeling like maybe you didn't go to college or you don't know how to build websites, these are definitely user friendly. Wix.com, WordPress, and Weebly, Weebly, are ones that I would suggest. Wix is my favorite, but WordPress, if you really get into WordPress, you can actually, get pretty savvy with those.
So do you like Wix because it rhymed with Vic?
So.
ah!
Knee slapper. No, I
Ah,
like
man.
Wix because you can really drag and drop. I'm talking about before I even knew anything about coding, HTML, CSS, JavaScript, any of that. Wix, you can literally drag and drop. It's not. I mean, it's very beginner friendly. So if you're, feeling like you have your own business or you want to help, maybe a small business out or family or friend,
Mm.
I think Wix is the way to go. It's the easiest one to use,
And
in my opinion.
that's really dope. And the crazy thing about it is, Vic, that is the reason why I actually got into like computer science was like way back in high school. Like after playing football and stuff like that, it was this one class that was dealing with computers, and I was really dope with. It was actually doing multimedia stuff. First was like graphic design because like I used to make these dope photos for MySpace, and then like editing videos and stuff like that. And
Okay.
then yeah,
I
you
was
know what
about
I'm
to
saying?
say, really, because
Yeah.
back in the day, our generation was,
Hey, look.
coding on MySpace, Bebo having the whole
Exactly.
background, and Chris
Exactly.
Brown and my boo and company names.
I'm weak.
That's really what
You
it
know what I'm
was.
saying? Breezy
Real
definitely tried to steal
millennial
all
stuff.
my girls. You know what I'm saying? Like,
These Gen Zers wouldn't even believe what we had to do,
they
what
can't
social media used to
believe it.
be on Bebo. Because they wouldn't even know what Bebo, MySpace, I mean, Facebook is around, but they got TikTok.
I'm about to say
Um,
all those platforms were basically based off of TikTok and stuff like that now, and it's crazy.
yeah.
I think was it Venmo? I think Venmo was acquired by TikTok. So they basically just took some of their features off their platform and just what I'm saying and reorchestrated it to basically give people what these things now.
Venmo, like the money app, like Cash App.
Cash App?
Hmm.
What you mean?
Are you? You said that TikTok bought Venmo. Is that what you're saying?
No, 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 not. Okay. So I think I said it wrong. It's a Vine. Was it Vine? I think it's Vine.
Oh,
Sorry,
Vine. Okay, I was
guys.
just
I
like,
said Venmo.
wow.
I'm
Like,
crazy.
dang,
Yeah, yeah,
what are
Vines. I
people
think it was.
gonna do?
I think it was
on
Vine. Sorry
Yeah,
if you guys
no,
listen to this.
definitely do it for the Vine.
It is definitely all these V's around. There's Venmo, Vine, Vic. All of these things got me thinking. But it's cool. It's cool or whatever. You last question on this topic for tech. Is there anything like you would see yourself doing in the near future with tech, or like how you plan on moving forward with tech being in your background?
Definitely. I mean, I want to pursue, I want to learn how to code more efficiently. I know that you can always use resources, but I feel like I'm not a beast like you. Definitely practice makes perfect. And I also want to pursue, you know, a UX UI career. So I think that is what's in the near future for me because I've already named and claimed that. Although I do love graphic design, what I do, I'm looking to get more into user experience and user interface design is what, I really want to do. So that is the future of multimedia morale because I am
Hey,
multimedia morale. I am the brand. So of course I'm going to continue to, if you need logos, hit me up. You need help with your website, social media presence, still going to do that. Still
facts.
going to work for myself, but I'm also, still got to, create some generational wealth in the meantime. So
I'm with that 100%, and I'm definitely like here for you. Anytime you need any help with multimedia morale, we can partner up. I'm definitely like anything you probably need with like tech related sources too as well. Just let me know. I got your back. You know what I'm saying. But also yeah. So okay, okay.
thank you. Yeah.
Multimedia morale. That it just rolls off your tongue.
3M.
Multimedia morale. We need to get one of those drops like that to put on the show, like how Joe Budden do it, like we're gonna be like multimedia morale,
Like, or
rel,
I'm $1 million
rel,
worth of
rel.
game. They were like, no, 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 no. $1 million worth of game.
You already know. So okay. So okay. So tell me about your fashion, like your fashion style, like what I'm saying. What makes you like what? Tell us more about your love for fashion and stuff like that.
Child, my fashion style is whatever I'm feeling that day.
Okay.
Because I feel like the most important thing when it comes to fashion is your confidence. Like,
Hey,
I could wear a potato sack, and if I'm confident in that daggone sack, baby,
hey.
I rock Gucci, Louis, Prada. No, I shop at Saks. Okay,
Come on
I'm
now.
gonna be rocking that sack. I got the sack like Yo Gotti. Okay,
I'm weak.
now I need to stop. But I guess so. Like my fashion style, I like more chill attire. I do, you know. A part of me, I went through a phase like, oh, I want to dress like a Fashion Nova model. Another part of me is just like, not really. I'm more of like jeans, t-shirts, and sandals type of girl. Like I like to be really, laid back. I'm kind of just really now getting into sneakers. I can't, I don't even want to lie and say I sneakerhead or whatever the sneaker people call themselves. That's not me.
What
But
sneakerheads?
the
That's
most important piece of advice I can give when it comes to fashion is do you, and also just be confident in it.
be your authentic fly self. You know
Oh
what I'm
yeah,
saying?
and
Be your
another piece of advice I say about fashion, just because it's in my size doesn't mean it was made for me. I don't believe in stuffing myself into things
hey, it
that
definitely.
just don't look good.
I about to say it definitely been a point in time where like I actually like I bought a shirt or something, and I was at a thrift store. I bought a shirt, and I was like, you know what? This is like one size down, but I'm gonna get it so it could be motivation for me to get my butt in the gym and work out and get to it. And guess how many times like I did that in this shirt, you like still not fit. So.
Let me tell you, baby, that shirt was crying. They said, please stop doing this to us.
But I've been in the gym lately, and I've been getting right. And
Yeah.
some of the shirts that I just been collecting dust, but they super fly shirts. I'm able to wear those now, and I'm really thankful for that. So but yeah, so if you could ever like model to one of my songs, what song would you model to?
I don't know. You have a lot of songs, so hmm. I already said all that because that's my favorite. I think maybe Frontin' will probably be the one.
Okay, frontin'. Okay,
Because
okay.
you have I like Instagram filters too, and I remember you had an Instagram filter for it, so I think that probably would be the one because that one stood out to me, especially because you had the filter, the clear
That's
filter.
crazy. I forgot all about it. I do make Instagram filters too as well because that's an aspect of augmented reality. How Snapchat came along and just took that by storm, and I'm into that too as well. But at this point in time, like Crown Vic says she wants to play frontin'. Well, she's been modeling the frontin'. Let's play frontin' right now. So you about to listen to Frontin' by MacIzm.
They said, frontin', wasted, got me playing, not me. Face it, lonely. Hey friend, who replaced me? I got you a new necklace for affection. Am I out the equation? What you saying? I've been praying, laying, waiting. Situation, next man is a waste man. I'm sorry, just face it. He can make me stay away from you, baby. It's amazing how you blame it, fake it like I was the one that kept you waiting. Next day, we'll say leave you alone. Then the next day, we'll say, baby, come on. Why you playing, girl? Leave my emotions alone. Keep saying this relation ain't a joke, but okay, let me focus, cause you don't think I know this, but I won't bend to this wound you left open. It was turning, it's emotion, full sprint, had to fall back, you want some bush.
Boom, yeah, and that was Frontin' by MacIzm. Get back into it. We're talking about the Art of Crown Vic. So, what do you plan to do with this show?
Hmm. Well, thank you for even allowing me to, share this platform with you. I feel like, although this is about, bridging the gap between, technology, music, art, culture, and all those great things. I think a few things. Well, one of the most important things is educating Black people about, careers in technology. Something that I firmly believe is like education. Like,
Hmm.
and I understand everyone, may not want to go to college, but sometimes when you just simply don't have the knowledge, you don't know. In our community, I feel like we don't do what we don't know. A lot of times, maybe we only see people playing ball or rapping, and we feel like, well, this is the only way out. But I feel like
Facts.
Black people as a culture, like as a race, we have so much more to offer than dribbling a ball or just, making music. I'm not saying that a lot of us aren't talented, but we should be doing more than just the arts and sports. I feel like
That's facts.
they may see somebody coming to their neighborhood that has a Maserati and they feel like, well, maybe selling drugs is the only way that I can achieve this, but not really. You can have a Maserati, you can have the house, you can have disposable income, you can travel the world, you can have generational wealth and still work in the technology field. Of course, and as you get there, maybe having the entrepreneurial spirit about you, you may not have to work under someone. You could, be a consultant or do contracting work where you're kind of your own boss. And I just feel like for me, I didn't think about having a career in technology because I didn't know anyone who was working in technology when I was growing up. So I think that's one of the most important things I want to use this platform to do is reach our race
Okay.
and educate them.
Okay, and that's actually dope. So the one thing about it too as well, I've been looking at some YouTube videos, and you mentioned that getting a Maserati or any other like supercar. A great thing about like learning, and educating yourself through tech and through other mediums like YouTube and stuff like that, or Google searching, is that you can actually like Maseratis or certain cars, like depending on the type of model of the year, that it depreciates in value heavy. It's a current, yeah. So basically, you can get you a 2013, 2014 Maserati for like a regular like Honda price, like a 2021 Honda car. These are it's certain vehicles that depreciate like that sometimes, but at the same time, like as an entrepreneur yourself, you can use that to basically garnish more money by like just putting it on Turo or stuff like that. So we're definitely gonna have another conversation on utilizing technology right now to make us some bucks, like or just passive income. So what's some more things that you plan to do, like with this platform?
So I guess I would say motivation is probably something I want to use this platform to do just because, of course this is something that, you invited me to do and it's also, motivated me to even if it's something as small as a quiet storm, my fake Instagram show. It's just,
Oh,
it's
we gonna
really
make that
good
a
to
real thing.
see.
We gonna make that a segment.
Definitely it's really good. Okay, shout out to the segment, but it's good to see other people around you winning and doing good things. So just sometimes I know some days I just feel like I don't know what I'm doing. Some days I have it all figured out, other days I don't. So maybe I can touch someone in some way to be motivated by hearing what we have to say. So definitely.
Okay, I really like that because that's something I always like to do too as well as motivate other people. You know, and it's just some of those things that, you know what I'm saying, that it pushes us through to get to where we need to go and other stuff like that. But I'm just kind of glad that, you know, the situation that I'm in now is allowing me to help motivate people and help people pursue their dreams and stuff like that. So like also like, you know, connecting with people too as well. And I know I'm sure you're definitely gonna connect with more people as we invite more people and our friends and families on the show, or you know what I'm saying, small businesses or black owned businesses. Is there any like small businesses or black owned businesses that you currently support? You want to give a quick shout out to?
Absolutely. I give a quick shout out to my best friend. Her name is Quanetta, and she owns a aesthetics program where she does body sculpting. She's actually about to start doing teeth whitening, booty bands. It's called Vanity Esteem,
Okay.
VANITY Esteem, and she calls her followers confident people. So if you're looking, to be more confident in your body and not have to get surgery or body enhancements, definitely check her out on Instagram at vanity_esteem.
Okay, that's dope. That's what I'm talking about. See, that's why you need friends like Crown Vic. You know what I'm saying? That shout you out. You know what I'm saying? I also want to shout out one of my friends. I'll probably get him up to talk on the show eventually to talk about the art of teeth whitening. His name is Shaquille Braswell, and he has a teeth whitening business back home in North Carolina. And also like say what?
I said, come on, Shaquille.
Hey,
Need
yeah, I'm telling you, need it. You know what I'm saying? Because that's like a thing that right now is actually a good business or a good trade to be in, because you know there's a lot of people with like social media. There's always, you see like our stars going to get like certain type of like high, yeah,
things and
yeah,
their
higher
teeth and
end,
their
yeah, getting like veneers, you know, getting little diamonds in their teeth, forehead, little Uzi.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We're not gonna do that. But it's also like it's a difference between perception versus reality, and you know, and that's, I think that's a good thing too. Is you being like a social media enthusiast, you know, and basically working with content with social media. Like, how do you perceive that? Like, how do you feel about this whole concept versus perception of somebody on social media versus reality? And how do you plan to tie that into the show?
I feel like, the statement in itself, perception is reality. So what people see, they believe is real. Social media allows you to be whoever you want to be, and people believe, that facade or whatever you're putting out there is who you really are. I believe that social media plays such a big role into like how we live our day-to-day lives, this new generation, maybe, just kind of being so out of touch with reality. And definitely just want to use this platform and let people know, don't believe the hype. And you're not doing bad in life because you're not doing like the next person who, who has it together on social media. I always say I'd rather have it in real life than pretend like I have it on social media.
Hey,
So,
facts.
that's a whole show within itself. So I won't even like go down that rabbit hole of perception versus reality, but definitely, you know, sometimes you need to unplug and take a break from that stuff, and you can still be on social media, but you have to be able to discern like what's real and what's fake. And even if you can't, you just can't, like, comparison is, they always say, is a real thief of joy. So don't compare your life to other people's, because that's where you've already gone wrong once you start comparing yourself. Because
I could definitely attest to that, because that's
ridiculous.
one thing. And one thing about being an artist and growing up, you know what I'm saying, trying to find your voice and trying to find out what you want to talk about is, you know, just basically saying what you see and what you heard and just trying to live some life that you're not already living. And there's also these things like basically like, you know, how most people will buy like chains and cars, whips, shoes and stuff like that, but not have like the other finances in order, faking it till you making it what it seems like. And it was cool. It was cool to a
Hmm.
point, but then as you get older, you start learning and you start educating yourself on more things that are meant to life that actually appreciate and value. Like, and you know what I'm saying? And like, for an example, you know what I'm saying, materialistic things would be a bad buy, but you know what I'm saying, because they don't appreciate the value. But if you still love like certain materialistic things, like let's say, like I'm gonna say Birkenbacks in this perspective, because right now they're appreciating values.
Maybe very.
So you know what I'm saying. So it's okay to do. It's okay to buy that, because that's a great investment, because you'll make more money off of that as time sits. So you know, so just notice some of these things and like how you can go about it. But yeah. So I guess that's our show, the Art of Crown Vic. I just want to thank her for coming on, Crown Vic. I thank you so much for being here. Any last
Thank
words you
you
want
for
to say?
having me. Yeah, thank you so much for having me. You can follow me on Instagram at CrownVix, CROWNVIX _. And thank you so much for having me. And I can't wait to, come back for next week's episode.
Hey, I'm telling you, we gonna get lit. We gonna get lit. It's only up for here. So I just want to thank all the listeners who tuned in for the second episode of the Art of IZM, where I plan, just to introduce you to guys and women and men, to basically inspiring topics, that either stimulate you mentally, physically, or spiritually. And this episode is called The Art of Crown Vic. So basically, continue to tune in every Friday at 10:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, of course. And please remember, to connect with me by going to the WDRmedia.com, click on the radio shows tab, and go to the Art of IZM page. And also, if you want to be a guest on my show or want free advertisement, email me at officialmacizm@gmail.com, or you can email Multimedia Morale Crown Vic. You want to give your information out, how they can reach you?
Yes, you can email me at multimedia morel, which is my last name, MURRELL, @gmail.com. That's the best way to reach me if you want to, get in contact with me. That's not on Instagram.
Hey, all right. So you've been listening to The Art of IZM, and I'm your host, MacIzm.
And I'm Crown Vix.
On the WDRB Media, the voice of the community, for double the information and the inspiration. Until next week, continue to be blessed. And the one thing I want to leave you guys with is, got ism? I know that we do. Stimulate your mind, body, and soul, just to give you something new. Be blessed, everybody. Peace.
In my mind, it's not working. I go. Someone tell me now.